This happened during my last semester of college, when I was living off campus in a not-so-great part of upstate New York. Rent was cheap, and I was juggling 2 part-time jobs while finishing my degree, so I didn't have much choice. My apartment was part of a rundown triplex behind a liquor store. The back alley had a few parking spots, one of which came with my unit. I parked there every day. My car was nothing special, an old silver Civic I bought off Craigslist. It got me where I needed to go. I didn't really think much about it other than locking it up every night and making sure the gas tank stayed above empty. I had a pretty routine schedule. Class in the mornings, work in the afternoons, and sometimes I'd stay late on campus to study or finish assignments. I usually walked home with earbuds in, hoodie up, just trying to keep to myself. One night in October, I stayed late at the library working on a group project. We wrapped up around 11:30 p.m. The campus was basically empty by the time I left, and the walk to my car was quiet. I parked in the same back alley I always did, locked up, and went inside. The next morning, I came out to leave for class and saw that my trunk was slightly open. Not wide open, just enough that it hadn't latched fully. I thought maybe I'd forgotten to close it completely. It was cold and I'd been tired the night before, so I didn't think too much of it. I opened it, saw it was empty, like always, and shut it tight. A couple days later, the weird stuff started. I was at a friend's place late. We'd been playing FIFA and watching dumb YouTube videos. I left around 1 a.m. The streets were dead silent, and I was driving through that kind of pitch-black quiet where you feel like you're the only person left awake in the city. About 10 minutes from home, I heard something. A dull thump from the back of the car. At first, I thought it was something in the trunk shifting, except I never keep anything back there. A minute later, I heard it again. A soft scrape, then another thump. Not loud, not violent, but definitely movement. I turned off the music and drove in complete silence the rest of the way. When I parked, I sat there for a second, heart pounding. I got out, walked to the back, and opened the trunk. Nothing. Just the same empty trunk. I checked the spare tire well. Still empty. I closed it hard, chalked it up to maybe a loose panel or some metal shifting in the cold. But I couldn't shake the feeling. The next morning, I decided to take the car to a mechanic. I told them the trunk latch seemed loose and that I'd been hearing some weird noises while driving. They put it on the lift to take a look. After a few minutes, one of the guys called me over. "Hey, did you drop anything up here recently?" he asked, pointing under the rear of the car. Tucked inside a gap above the rear axle, right behind the bumper, was a rolled-up sleeping bag, a duffel bag, a fast food cup, and some wrappers. Somebody had been living in that compartment under my trunk. Not in the trunk itself, but under it, wedged into the frame, where the spare tire would be in some cars. There was just enough space for someone to curl up out of sight. Inside the bag were some clothes, a flashlight, a phone charger, and a few basic hygiene items. There was no wallet, no ID, just some crumpled receipts and a partially eaten granola bar. The police came and took everything. They couldn't find prints or any real leads. Whoever it was, they were gone. The best guess was that they'd crawled in while the trunk was unlocked, found that hiding spot, and had been sleeping there on and off. I sold the car 2 weeks later. Ever since then, I always check the trunk. But more importantly, I check underneath. Every time I drive, especially at night. Because now I know someone can be in your car without you ever seeing them.